This is terrible! An ambulance! Someone call an ambulance!
I didn't do it! This wasn't my fault! This guy ran into the street all of a sudden out of nowhere!
But there isn't much we can do.
This man is a material witness in the case. It's important to get his testimony since it may help us solve a string of serial murders, Doctor. We can't have him die on us.
Inspector, this patient is in very critical condition. Really, there's nothing else we can do for him here. However, there's a top-notch neurosurgeon at Eisler Memorial Hospital. If he comes here, he might be able to do something.
Neurosurgeon. That would be Dr. Tenma.
Thanks for coming all the way out here, Dr. Tenma.
What's his condition right now?
He is conscious, but a bit delirious. Also, one of his pupils is dilated.
It's been a while, hasn't it, Dr. Tenma?
Sorry, but do I know you from somewhere, sir?
It was 9 years ago. The director's
Counter-terrorists win! Oh, yes, you were from the BKA.
Inspector Lunge, please do be sure to perform a successful operation for the sake of the BKA. The thing is, Doctor, this patient has to survive. He holds the key to solving a very important case.
Well, Inspector, I don't operate for the sake of the police. I do it for the sake of the patient.
Lost!
Fair enough, Doctor.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an operation.
I hear you've become the chief of surgery. Doctor, you've certainly become very successful.
Yes, and what about it?
Nothing. At your age, it's quite an accomplishment.
I still have a long way to go.
Those murders years ago at Eisler Memorial Hospital. Due to a lack of evidence, that investigation was the only clue we found was the poisoned candy. This suggests it was a calculated act on the part of the killer. He's dead.
What are you getting?
Nothing. Forgive me. In my line of work, the mind doesn't stop. I'm always thinking like this. In any case, rest assured, of all the cases I've ever handled throughout my career, not one has gone unsolved. No, not a single one.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
I'm defusing the bomb.
We'll perform a craniotomy to remove the hematoma. If we don't hurry, the brain hernia will worsen.
Counter-terrorists win.
Hospital murders. No matter which way I looked at it, one person had everything to gain from the incident. And that is you, Dr. Tenma.
Move it!
Thank you again for going to all this trouble, driving all this way.
No, don't worry. How is the patient responding?
Well, he is still conscious, but his right pupil does
Fire
remain
the
The paralysis should go away. He's on the right track. Listen, I think the police...
That Detective Lunge is a very persistent man.
Right now, the patient's recovery is all I'm worried about. How are you feeling, Mr. Junkers? Everything okay? So, tell me, Mr. Junkers, are you able to recognize me? Do you see this finger I'm holding up? How about it? Can you talk to me tonight?
Terrorists win.
What's that? I'm sorry. What did you say? Coming? Mr. Junkers, what's coming?
What's is coming?
Let's go!
Monsters coming.
The monster?
Smoke! got this. Decoy. Throwing flashbang.
How are you feeling, Mr. Junkers? Everything okay? So, tell me, Mr. Junkers, are you able to recognize me? Do you see this finger I'm holding up? How about it? Talk to me today? What's that? I'm sorry. What did you say? Coming? Mr. Junkers, what's coming?
Yes, coming. The monster's coming.
The monster?
Terrorists win. Laying down smoke.
I know you're able to speak. You have been identified at the scene of a crime of 4 murderers involving middle-aged couples in the past 2 years. There's no... What are you saying? We'll speak...
Terrorists win.
All right, okay. I guess we had better tell you that we already know that you are just a lockpick. Your job is strictly undoing locks. You couldn't have possibly slit their throats in one single slash with such cold-blooded grace, Junkers. No, that wasn't your
Move it,
work.
move it.
Now, that means there had to be other accomplices involved. And I'm thinking there would have had to have been at least 3 of you in order to do both. Open a strong lock
Throwing
and murder
flashbang.
a middle-aged couple without resistance. You're almost certain that the suspects were already skilled with knives. It's only a matter of time before we're able to narrow it down to whether you decide to cooperate with us or not. However, I must admit that's not really what I wanted to ask you about. Why 4 couples from across Germany, and every one of the couples middle-aged and without children? Money and items were stolen, but we know the amounts were too small to justify murdering for a mere third of it. All right, so tell me, are you up for some negotiation? If you confess
We
now,
got this.
dismiss all charges against you. So tell me, who is the person who hired you to do this?
Throwing smoke. Throwing fire. Incendiary.
Mr. Junkers, it's all right. It's all right. That's it. This interrogation is over right now.
I don't think so. We're almost there.
Get out of here! As a doctor, I'm ordering you!
Very well, but I'll be coming back at a later time. And just to make sure he isn't poisoned or that he doesn't disappear, I will assign a guard to watch him closely. That shouldn't start this odd. There always seems to be so much trouble happening all around you, Dr. Tenma.
What exactly are you trying to say?
Oh, nothing really. Well then, we'll keep in touch.
Hey, hold on. Where are you going?
Just going out for a walk.
He's not supposed to leave the room without permission.
Patients need to get fresh air every so often. We're just going out into the garden. You're welcome to come with us if you like, officer.
Move it, move it! Laying down
It's nice
smoke.
and warm out here today. You are able to talk.
Incendiary out! Throwing a grenade.
It's afternoons like this one that make you happy to be alive. Times like today, I don't think I'll be able to go on. Especially when you're here constantly seeing people fight for their lives. That's why it's research. I used to be one of those guys myself. I wanted to get promoted and do my own research. I was positive that being successful in surgery was the way to the top.
Fire in the hole!
But
Throwing fire!
everything changed for me.
Deploying flashbang!
He was the older of twin siblings. He'd been shot in the head.
Flashbang!
Saving his life reminded me why I had become a doctor in the first place. It reminded me that all human lives should be regarded as equal, and that a doctor's job is to save those lives.
Counter-terrorists win!
People start over all the time. It's never too late, believe me.
Doctor. You know
Let's
something.
go, let's go!
You and I are very close in age, and you're almost like a father to me. Doctor, you saved my life, and you've protected me. That's why it almost feels like you're my father.
Deploying flashbang!
Well, it looks like I landed myself one big kid, huh?
Incendiary!
One time when I was a little boy,
Throwing smoke!
this clock. Gonna have a little nutcracker
Flashbang!
popping up at every hour. I would stare at it for a long time, pressing my face against that display window at the store every afternoon. So I guess it's no surprise, Doctor, that was the first lock I ever picked in my life. But I was caught in the act, and I never got that clock. However, ever since that day, picking locks sort of became my job. It all started just because I wanted that stupid clock. All I wanted was that stupid clock. I just...
You should just tell them everything. Tell the police everything you know, and just make a fresh start of it.
They're dead. All my friends, they were all killed.
Who did it?
Bomb has been planted.
Is it this monster? The one that you mentioned before?
Do me a favor, don't screw it up this time. I'll be on my way to set this down.
Terrorists
You know,
win!
she's the daughter of a state legislator. She is beautiful and intelligent, all in one package. In other words, perfection.
Well, we'll see about that. But you know what? All kidding aside, you're right. It is time for me to find someone.
Of course I'm right. The thing is that someone in your position without a wife just seems like,
Lost,
hey.
lost!
I'm sure you've seen those before. The kind that have a little nutcracker figurine popping up
Decoys
every
out.
hour.
Throwing fire!
Excuse me, about the clock in the window.
Hey, what's You're already late for your date. What are you doing?
People start over all the time. It's never too late.
Officer? Excuse me, officer, are you out?
Terrorists win.
Hello? I'm ready to confess, but I'd prefer if Dr. Tenma were present. Where'd he could have gone? Hey, officer, I wanted to,
Go, go, go! Decoy! Smoke!
Listen, I know it's late, but can I go see the patients?
Yes, but of course, Dr. Tenma. What is it you have there?
I found something special. Hey, what's the matter? Are you all right? He's dead. Candy. Mr. Yonkers!
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
Mr. Yonkers! It's the same as last time. Poison candy. My patient's disappearing. Just like 9 years ago.
Go, go,
Mr.
go!
Yonkers!
Throwing flashbang. Flying decoy. Laying down smoke.
Mr. Yonkers! It's me, Dr. Tenma.
Doctor! Stay away, Doctor!
Let's go back to the hospital, Mr. Yonkers. Everything will be all right.
Don't come any closer! I'm begging you, please, don't look at him!
At who?
He's the one who killed my friends, and he'll kill you too!
Doctor, it's me. 9 years ago, you saved my life.
9 years ago?
Have you forgotten already, Doctor? About the twins?
Decoys out. Throwing smoke. Throwing flashbang. Deploy.
Guan.
That's right. That...
Run! Don't look at his face! He'll kill you!
What do you think you're doing here? Mr. Yonkers is my patient. Let him go!
What am I doing? An execution.
Don't do it!
Doctor, run! He killed my friends! Run while you can! Just get out of here! We were hired by him. He'd call us each time. A large amount would be wired to our accounts after each job. That way it seems if we had taken the money and split it, he had it all figured out.
It can't be. those 4 military was ordered by... It was you.
Terrorists win.
The police started suspecting me and following me, so he wanted to get rid of us. Listen to me. The other 2, Fritz the Slayer and Big Boy Boris, have already been killed. Fritz said to me just before he died that we had... Oh my God, that we had been hired by a monster! He doesn't even blink at killing someone. It means nothing to him. Run, Doctor! He'll kill you where you stand. Just run!
You talk too much, Junkers.
Johann! Don't do this! Mr. Junkers was attending, but I too. I was your attending physician. You are Johann Liebert, the elder of fraternal twins. Former advisor of commerce, who fled East Germany in 1986 as a political prisoner in the West. If we know this much about you, you can't possibly escape. Don't add to your crimes, Johann.
Johann, huh? Yes, there was a time when I went by that name. But you know something, Doctor? Johann isn't my real name.
What are you talking about?
You must never know about my past. Not about those 4 couples, nor the Lieberts. But you're different, Doctor. You cared for me and you restored me to life. The truth is, if it weren't for you, I would be sitting here right now.
Stop it! You can't just go around killing!
Why not?
Why not? Because a human life is precious, don't you see that? Rescuing you opened my eyes. I was able to go back to being the doctor I should have always been. Saving your life made me realize that the weight of each life is equal. No one's better than anyone else. That's why no one has the right to take another person's life. As a doctor, I lived by those beliefs for the last 9 years because of you.
Move it.
What are you laughing at?
Doctor, I heard you were promoted to chief of surgery soon after that incident. Yeah, Doctor, that you were promoted to that position.
What are you trying to tell me?
You are where you are today because the director and the others died, right? I'm so glad I was alive. That was a good thing.
Did you? Oh my God.
Isn't that what you wanted, Doctor? That's what you said, anyway. Right after I regained consciousness. That's what you told me. That you hated them so much. You wished they were dead.
I am not wrong. He is. Bastard! Bastard! He'd be better off dead!
All that I did was grant you your wish, Doctor.
We will wait to regret this day.
I'm afraid. Oh God! Save me, Doctor! I don't want to die! I don't want to die! Doctor!
I was supposed to die that night. You're the one who resurrected me, Doctor.
Now is the time.
wet weather. All it does is wash away the crime scene evidence when you need it the most.
I've planted the box.
Well, wouldn't you agree, Dr. Tenma? All right. To summarize what you've told me so far, just to make sure that we piece it all together. Back in 1986, Liebert, a high-level official, escaped from children. Right after they arrived, the Liebert family was attacked. The couple was killed, and the twin brother suffered a critical gunshot wound to the head. You were the surgeon in charge of his operation, and subsequently saved the boy's life. But to everyone's surprise, as fate would have it, the boy kills the director, the chief of surgery, and the head of neurosurgery with poison candy, and then disappears. And last night, after 9 long years, out of the clear blue, the Liebert boy reappears and kills a state police officer with poison candy yet again. And right in front of your eyes, he shoots Adolf Junkers, your patient. He is none other than the very man that hired Junkers. 4 middle-aged couples across Germany. And his name is Johann Liebert. I believe that's the entire story, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
I think we're finished with the doctor. He can go.
I don't think that someone with Dr. Tenma's credentials or in his position could be responsible for such a crime. He has an alibi for the time the policeman was killed, and we didn't find any gunpowder residue on his hands. So much for key evidence. Solving those murders of the 4 middle-aged couples. Inspector Lunge, should we get started on this Johann Liebert for the time being?
I
want you to tell me what was the basis of the Stuttgart case. Oh boy, what is this silence? Are we some kind of a monastery? Mr. Reimer, I'd like to hear your answer if you have one.
Well, sir, that is to say,
Anyone? Is there anyone in this room who can break this silence? So the chronic latecomer is last. You're 13 minutes tardy. Seems your part-time pizza delivery job kept you awfully busy today.
I'm sorry, Professor Kronecker.
Well, let me ask you a question before you sit down. Do you have enough strength left to tell me the basis for the ruling in the 1968 Stuttgart case?
Oh yes. Well, the defense claimed that the kidnapping was a sham, and that the victim's death had been due to poisoning. After an investigation at the crime scene, it was found that the victim's death had been accidental, and that there was no motive. So, since the crime couldn't be
Very good. You can take your seat, Nina Fortuna.
Yes, Professor.
I'm throwing the flashback.
Wow, good job, Nina.
If no one had been able to give him the answer, I have no doubt that Kronecker would have probably demanded we write a 50-page report. 50 pages if we were lucky.
I'll have to treat our savior Nina to something to eat. What do you say, Nina? A nice meal, just the two of us?
Oh, I'm sorry, Peter, but I have a club meeting
This is what we
today.
have been working for.
Bye.
She turned you down again. Hey, Peter, how many times was that?
Come on, shut up! As if one of you losers could actually score a date with her.
Throw in one. Throw in the flashback. I'm throwing a grenade. Flashback. Throwing fire.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. The manager's gonna be furious.
Oh my, the neighbors can probably hear you. You are such a Go and
Yes, ma'am. Huh? You dyed your hair.
What do you think?
At your age, I don't think you should be dyeing your hair such a bright color.
I don't agree with you, Dad. I think Mom looks great.
Looks like she's going to some costume parade.
It's nice to know Mom is still young. Right? Hi, Dad. Oh, and that reminds me, speaking of costumes, I saw some kids dressed up from head to toe today.
Oh yes, today's supposed to be the St. Hadrian costume parade.
Oh, I wish I had dressed up like that when I was a little girl. They were so adorable.
Hmm?
Huh? Yeah, you did dress up in a costume once. Isn't that right, dear?
Yeah, that's right. I'd completely forgotten.
Really?
Let's see. It's around here. Oh, look, here it is. You were so cute.
Guess I did.
You were so excited and made such a fuss. Isn't that right, dear?
Huh?
Confused. Counter-terrorists
A costume parade, huh? Distant spring. I forlornly wait for a spring that will never come. Hannah. Oh, Hannah. Will you get over your
The guy's out.
I shall send you the most beautiful flowers. I was born to smother you with flowers. It's so beautiful. Wow. I wonder who sent this. I'm very impressed with you, Peter.
So,
Well, I've been very well lately, Dr. Geidel.
that's good to hear. But of course, I could tell just by the look on your face when you came into this session that you were doing well. So, tell me, are you still having that nightmare? The one about the monster emerging from the darkness?
No, I've been sleeping very well. I've been so busy, I don't have time to dream. I wonder why I was plagued by such a dream night after night.
It's common for people to feel fear and anxiety. Expectations of the future mix up with other insecurities. People end up but who you are is something you can spend your whole life trying to grasp and never figure out completely. We're always projecting and trying to look into the future. We spend our whole lives looking for the answers, and we do the best we can.
Right, and that's what I'm doing. I want to become a federal prosecutor.
That's very good. All right, I think that brings us to the end of our session.
Bye, and thank you, Doctor.
Throw into the car.
Nina Fortner, such a cheerful girl. But I can't help thinking that she's overconfident or running from something.
Huh?
So innocent.
What in the world are you going on about?
I was born to smother you with flowers? I would never have guessed in a million years you had such talent for writing poetry.
I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't be able to come up with frilly stuff like that even if I stood on
Then who was it? I only give my email address.
Terrorists win. Beats me. Damn it. What this means is some suave poetry guy zoning in on my girl.
Who then? Who could it be?
This was a bizarre murder that took place in Munich. After shooting the parents to death, the perpetrator strangled their 2 children with a rope. Grisly, really? Now, I would like you to explain the verdict using the records from all of the hearings. What, do you not understand the question?
No. Well, the trial was focused mainly on the cold-blooded murder of an entire family. The evidence.
Oh, so not even Nina has all the answers, huh? Nina? What's wrong, man? Nina? Terrorists win. Are you alright? You want to go see the nurse?
I'm alright. I just felt a little ill, that's all. I was just listening to the professor, and I...
Huh? You mean that question about that murdered family?
Don't say that!
Is that it?
Together we can do
I thought you were awfully brave, but I guess you're pretty sensitive, too. Did you watch a horror movie that totally scared you when you were a kid or something? I know exactly what that counselor, Dr. Geidel, would say. If you get back to the root of it, nothing's in it. Am I right?
That's it. I have no memories.
Huh?
I remember nothing before the age of 10.
Throw the flashback. Throw in smoke. planted.
Bomb has been planted. My memories. My childhood memories.
Yes, those two were indeed a very nice couple. To think that they died in such a way. Huh? Children?
Terrorists win.
Now that you mention it, yes, there was a son. His name was Michael, I do believe. He was there for a year or two.
Let's see, a boy. Do you remember if there was a boy?
Yes, there was. Wasn't his name Michael? He was 14, give or take.
Michael, you say? Yeah, I think I remember him. But why? Who are you, the police?
Yes, Michael Redman. I remember him vaguely, but he was a student in my classroom. But he didn't leave much of an impression. I'm embarrassed to say it, but honestly, I don't remember him very well. I'm not sure if he had any friends. You see, there are no records left from then. Everything went up in a fire about 6 years ago now.
There definitely was a boy named Michael living here in Cone until 6 years ago. And Michael's real name is...
Johann, huh? Yes, there was a time when I went by that name.
Who are you? What does it matter? What's the use? He's a serial killer, the older of twin siblings. That's all there is to it. Nothing else. What am I doing? Twins. His sister. Where did his twin sister go?
I will pick you up very soon. Who is this? He'll be picking me up very soon? But what does that mean?
A child. Oh yes, there was a boy about 7 or 8 years ago.
So, Mr. and Mrs. Heine had taken a boy in before they were killed. And what was he like?
What was he like? That was quite a long time ago. And for about a year or so. I honestly don't remember anything about him.
Wait, do you remember if this was your sister?
No, only the boy. Listen, I just want to forget about what happened to that poor couple. After all those horrible things happened, I almost moved away.
Let's go.
I remember that boy very well. Why don't you come up? I was about to have some tea. Come in, have a seat.
Yes, thank you. I was wondering...
Have a seat. Go ahead, have some tea.
Thank you, sir.
You're a doctor, right? That boy was the one who told me. You are Dr. Ten.
Activated the bomb.
He's coming to pick you up? Who is he? I have no idea who he is. It was just an anonymous email.
Aw, you look so happy. You're not thinking this is Prince Charming on a white charger or a knight in shining armor, are you?
Why are you jealous? Again. It's hard to smother you with flowers.
Come on, that's so corny. How many boys do you know who write like that?
Oh. There is a new guy in our class. You know who I'm talking about?
Oh, I've seen him. He's the guy who sits quietly in that legendary seat in room 12, where you're bound to be called by the instructor.
That's right, and you want to know what else? He is always staring at Nina the entire class. He's the one!
What do you mean?
Come on, you know.
Prince Charming, who else?